So even from the first time that I heard DJing and then started kind of sort of seeing it on the big screen. Now, granted, uh, in New Orleans, I don't know if Wild Style played, but I didn't see it. I don't remember recalling any of us, any of my friends, my homies, my partners, seeing Wild Style or Style Wars. I don't think it made it down to us, but those other titles that I did name previously, they did come out. So saw Chris the Glove Taylor and Breaking and just all the DJs that were in all those movies. And I just knew. I just knew I wanted to be a DJ. Hearing Slick Leo, two records playing together at the same time. That sound, even still now, I love the song. I love to hear the song, but when the mix comes in, it's just something. If you're a DJ, you know what I'm talking about. When the mix comes in, two records, two songs playing at once. No matter how it is, two records, two songs, the acapella, the beats, whatever it is, to hear the mix, just, whoo, it just sets me off. I just knew that was something that I wanted to do. It was something that I was going to do eventually, right? But mother, mwah, love you, love her to death. She wasn't having it. At least when I was a kid, she wasn't having it. They put up with my Kiss fascination. I had the poster. I wanted Gene Simmons boots, but they refused to buy them for me for Christmas. I mean, go figure. But she would not buy me a setup. I think she was afraid that the house was going to blow up or the circuitry was going to go wrong or there was going to be a fire or something or another. So she wouldn't buy me a setup. So throughout my youth, I did not have two turntables and a mixer. Did have the little Mickey Mouse record player. We did wiggy 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 on the Mickey Mouse record player. The big console, you really couldn't do it on that. What's that? Direct drive, belt drive, whatever is the bad one. You couldn't really manipulate on that. So my mother wouldn't buy me a setup, right? Funny story though. I do remember Duke going over there off the right road, over around there by the Mitchell homes, and they had a lot of DJs over there. I think Brian Livas was back over there, but they had a lot of DJs over there. Some kind of way, don't ask me out. Some kind of way, Duke came home. He came over to my house and he's got a mixer, right? Some kind of way. So he comes into my house, I don't know where my parents were, but he comes in, hurry up again, comes into the room. He's got a mixer, Oh man, it is on now. So some kind of way, hey Lodge. So some kind of way we did hook the mixer up to to some kind of turntable. I don't remember if it was two turntables or not, but I think it was. I really do think it was. I think some kind of way we did two turntables, hooked them up. Man, we're about to get busy. We're about to get down. We're about to throw down, right? So as soon as one record came on, and I think it was Duke started working the fader. Man, the mixer started smoking. The mixer went boom or pop, one of the two, and that was it. That was the end of my DJ career at a young age. That was it. We had to get rid of the mixer, get rid of the evidence. I think we tried to hide the smell or whatever, but that was it. So anyway, throughout my youth and young teenage years, all up into hip hop culture, all up into rap music. Me and my friends, we just bought everything that we could. One of the beauties that I find from being down south, and not at the time not having claim or allegiance to any particular style or coast or region, was that down south, we listened to it all. We, no matter where it came from, the stuff that started coming out from the West Coast. I mean, of course, at this time, New York is king. Hands down, New York is king. But we listened to the stuff from the West Coast. We listened to the stuff from Miami. We listened to the stuff that was coming from out of Houston. Just, if it had a beat and the guy was rapping, we were listening to it. We listened to it. We entertained it. We bought it. We were into it. Musically, that's starting to get into junior high, high school. Now we're starting to talk about the whole MTV era. all that stuff coming from out of Britain, London, UK, Wham, Duran Duran, Cyndi Lauper, you name it. You know, I was totally there, totally into it. My mother's favorite artist, one of her favorite artists in the whole wide world, was Prince. Was a big, huge Prince fan. Mother loved Earth, Wind, and Fire. Of course, Michael Jackson. Of course, Michael Jackson. So we got all this going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the whole MTV, Billy Idol, U2. You know, just all that. All that is being thrown into the mix as far as like music of what I'm listening to. Wasn't, you know, it's even back then, just really wasn't discriminatory. You know, probably didn't really walk. I'm about to say I didn't get too much into country, but I think the first record that I did buy was "Rhinestone Cowboy" by Glenn Miller. Thanks, Mom. I think that was probably one of the first records on 45 that I ever bought was that record. So not just too discriminatory in the music, but you know, it's just all this going on. You know. Then at some point in high school, I think it was around junior high, started becoming quote unquote Oreo'd out, you know, and started getting into punk rock. You know, I don't even know if we could say, you know, I'm not even gonna really disrespect myself anyway. I just started getting to punk rock. Not a whole lot heavy, you know what I'm saying, but I did have the Converse that were colored. Had the big long shorts. I don't think I had any Vans, but I did do Converse. A little bit of JFA, a little bit of Suicidal Tendencies, a little bit of Dead Kennedys. Probably the one album that I really dug, and I don't even know if you could really consider that punk rock, was Violent Femmes. You know, was really into The Cure and NXS, Pet Shop Boys. You know, I'm like I said, I'm inspired by Slick Leo, so and that's just where we came from. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like music, and you know, as I've read and you know, and educated myself, you know, just to see how where Bambaataa came from, you know, where Levon came from, Larry Levon came from. You know, we was just some of us are just listening for music. We are searching for the perfect beat, like Bambaataa said, and you know, you just never really find it. But you know, I'm just searching. Excuse me. So after my little stint with punk rock, you know, of course, now we moving into the late '80s and early '90s and that whole sound, the whole Black Power movement inside of hip hop, and from there, I guess we could probably start off with A Tribe Called Quest.